Shalom Aleichem and a good Tavoch, and we find ourselves in the Rosh Chodesh, the beginning of the month of Iyar, which is known for its acronym, the abbreviation Ani Hashem Rofecha. I am Hashem, your healer. The Eibusher should help that we should have the complete healing of the entire Jewish nation from this terrible sickness, which is Golos, exile, and we should have the Geula Hashlem of Amitis, the true healing and the complete healing, Teichef Umiyad Mamish. We come to the culmination of the 30th of Nisan, as we know, and we've been posting all month. Benisan nig'alu avosenu mimitzrayim, ubenisan asidin ligoel. Nisan was the month that our forefathers were redeemed from Egypt, and we're told that this is going to be the month Nisan that we're going to be redeemed in the future. Immediately now. And together with this, we have also the 30th of Nisan, which is the Hilulah, the day of the passing of Rabbi Chaim Vital, the prodigy student of the Ari Kodesh, Rabbi Yitzchak Luria. And it goes without saying that we should at least mention something of a teaching from Rav Chaim Vital, who actually took all the teachings of the Ari Kodesh and he committed them to writing. And this is how we have today the Kisvei Ha'ari, the writings of Rabbi Yitzchak Luria. Together with the famous Sefer Eitz Chaim, and the Sefer the book is pre-Eitz Chaim, and the following vort, which is found in another one of these books of the Kisvei Ha'ari. It's brought in the Sefer of called Gilgulim, Sefer HaGilgulim, the Book of Incarnations, and in the Book of Incarnations, in the Sha'ar HaGilgulim, in the Gate of Incarnations. And Rav Chaim Vital records how the Ari Kodesh, he capitalized on the words in the verse of Tilim in chapter Beis, Perek Beis, where it says, David Melech says, "Ani hayom yilidaticha." I today have given birth to you, and he delves into the explanation. What does this mean? I gave birth to you today. The pasuk is talking in its explanation in the form of Moshiach. So what does it mean that I gave birth to you, Moshiach, today? And here we have the famous explanation, clarification in Kabbalah in regard to the different tkufes, the different periods in Moshiach's life. There's going to be the period of Moshiach where he is revealed, and everyone will many people in the world will acknowledge the fact that that he is Moshiach. And afterwards there will be the period of Helen Vehester, of hiddenness and concealment. Just like in the times, he writes there, just like in the times of Moshe Rabbeinu, when he was up on the mountain, and on the day that was calculated by the Jewish nation by mistake, that he did not come down from Har Sinai. So they thought, and the Samach Mem showed an image of Moshe Rabbeinu on Al Mitas Devai, on his deathbed. Everyone thought that he was gone. God forbid. Obviously, just like then, they made a mistake. Also today, those that think that in this manner, even though they saw what they saw, we all saw what we saw. This is a definite mistake. And then it says that Moshiach will be revealed again, a second time. And this revelation of Moshiach will be the complete revelation in which everyone will acknowledge the revelation of Moshiach Tzidkenu. Everyone will accept it. Everyone will have the confirmation that this is Moshiach. And in regard to this, the psalmist David HaMelech comes and says, "Ani hayom." I have today yiliditicha given birth to you, because Moshiach is not going to be like in the first form where he was born from a father and mother, and he continues to live in the world until he comes to the highest level of purification and holiness, in which he receives the neshama of Mashiach. Over here, he already was revealed in the world, and he already has the neshama of Mashiach, but there was the period of hiddenness and concealment in the middle, and here hence we have the last tekufa, the last period of time where he again Mashiach is revealed in his full glory, and this is in regard to the concept of Ani hayom yilidasicha, I have today given birth to you. Uh, in the name of the Hari Kodesh of Yitzchak Luria, brought over to us in the writings of the Ari by Rav Chaim Vital. May he make a shturim, an immediate rash, an immediate shturim up in heaven, and bring us the revelation of the Rebbe Shlita Melech Ha'Moshiach on a good and revealed basis, techef miyad mamish, ani hayem yilidasicha, not only today, but immediately now. And for our story tonight, those were vorts in regard to the great rabbis. But here we have a story directly connected with the Rebbe. During before Pesach, there was a family, Bar Eli, and they received very special news of the fact that their parents, actually the daughter's parents, have a plan to come to celebrate Pesach with them here in the Holy Land. And it was a long time since they saw their daughter and their son-in-law and the other children that lived here in Israel, and they felt that after not seeing them, not seeing the grandchildren, it's about time that they'll go and they'll make the pilgrimage in honor of Pesach, and to be together for the Pesach night, for the Pesach holiday here with the children in the Holy Land. This immediately brought joy to the children and the grandchildren, but as far as the daughter and the son-in-law, who actually began to be observant Jews, studying Torah and observing all the commandments. Not only observant Jews, but they became Hasidim, and they became Chabad Hasidim. This already brought with it a slight alarm. What was the alarm? Because the grandparents or the daughter's parents were not yet observant, and since they're coming to Eretz Yisrael, they're going to be together with the grandchildren. They'll bring all types of different sweets and candy that would not necessarily be up to the level of the kosher the kosher standards that they adhere to. They would have to be very much on guard to make sure that the children only eat what they're permitted and what they're allowed to eat. Nevertheless, what people don't do for the matter of Shalom Bayis, in order to have the grandparents over and to be able to celebrate the holiday together, they definitely were very happy to hear that the grandparents were coming. A short time went by, and all of a sudden, the grandmother. These grandparents were in the United States. The grandmother makes a call, and she says that she's suffering from very, very sharp migraine headaches. And not only is she suffering from the headaches, but even the painkillers that she's taking in order to go into to alleviate the pain from the headaches is barely having an effect, and therefore she doesn't know what to do. At this point, she felt that she doesn't even know if she'll be able to get on the plane in order to make the journey to Eretz Yisrael, and she went to be checked up in a hospital in Brooklyn. In the During the checkup, they went and they did different X-rays and a CAT scan, and the doctors were in great dismay to notify the grandmother that they, according to their X-rays, found a growth. The growth was lo aleinu, lo alaf echad, in the grandmother's head, and the proposal of the doctors, and this was the order of the day as far as such things are concerned. They would have to go and they would have to make to make surgery, and after they make surgery, in order to go and to remove as much as they can, there would have to be also a radiation therapy treatment, and after that, it's in the hands of heaven. Because the doctors really don't have any way to give a guarantee. From the excelling excitement that the grandchildren were all in, all of a sudden things started to go shallow, belly up. And here they thought, wow, not only will they not perhaps have the ability, the opportunity to celebrate Pesach together with the grandparents, but who knows when or if at all they'll ever be able to go to see the grandmother. In this kind of situation, this kind of predicament, the couple, the daughter and the son-in-law mentioned above, Bar Eli, they knew exactly what has to be done, and in these kind of challenging situations, they immediately understood that they have to go and write a letter to the Rebbe. They wrote a letter to the Rebbe explaining the entire situation of the grandmother, and at this point, they received a very interesting answer from the Rebbe. I just want to look inside to read it from the quote. I believe it's from volume 16, and the Rebbe's words were as follows: "Bameshe kosov edis farunkel." In regard to that which they write about an abscess with pus, Lifamim rabes ba ze misragshus hanirvin. Many times this comes from the excitement of the nerves. In other words, it has to do with the neural situation of the individual. And also from the type of foods that the person eats. V'tikun ktsas b'shtei hanekudas, and a rectification, a small rectification in regard to both of these above mentioned points, mevi l'shinui l'teiv teichef u'miyad, brings about a transformation, a change for the good immediately. V'yisyayetz gam b'zeh im harefe sheshoal ba'atzosei, and they should also take counsel with the doctor that they initially asked for his counseling, where the situation was in the most dire of sadness and melancholy. All of a sudden, the Bar Eli couple is able to smile one to another, going from, God forbid, a growth to an abscess with pus, according to the wording that they found in the letter of the Rebbe. This is, it's a change from night to light. But here they had to take upon themselves the next phase. The next phase was that they have to go and they have to contact the mother, and they have to explain to her that there are 2 points that have to be done. First of all, she has to be able to calm down, mentally calm down, and second of all, she has to change her diet. The son-in-law immediately understood that when we're talking about changing a diet for a person that's not adhering to the kosher the laws of kashrus, kosher dietary laws, what's the question? What has to be changed here? Everything has to be changed, and as long as they start as some kind of a change, so then they'll be able to see good news. They contacted the grandmother, and the grandmother heard what the daughter had to say and the son-in-law, and she's looking as though like where is this coming from? It's coming from left field to change the eating habits and to calm down mentally. That's what's going to bring her healing. But she took the letter of the Rebbe, the contents of the Rebbe's letter seriously, and she asked her daughter and son-in-law, "Okay, but how do we do this? How do we go about doing this?" And so the son-in-law said that in his understanding, the moment a person goes and starts keeping kosher, so first of all, it definitely changes the eating habits, the diet habits of the individual and also when a person starts eating kosher, so it also brings to an ease of tension and pressure as far as the soul, the neshama is concerned because the neshama is put at ease when a Jew is doing what a Jew is supposed to be doing according to Torah. First and foremost, what they put in their mouths, kosher food. And the grandmother accepted everything that the son-in-law said, miraculously, to say the least. And she decided to go into to take on to the very end the laws of kosher dietary eating, kosher dietary food. And after a short period of time, she also was eating kosher food. She also experienced an alleviation of the tension, the mental tension and pressure. And then she went for further checkups in a hospital in Manhattan, and there they did different X-rays and CAT scans, and the doctors came up with the following conclusion that first of all, there is no growth in her head. And that was unbelievable. Nothing, as opposed to like a month ago that they said that it's all there. God forbid. Here they said there's no growth. And what were they able to find? They found out that there was a tapil, which is a parasite. There was a parasite that was able to enter the body and get to the brain, and the source apparently they said was from bad food that happened to be that became contaminated somehow, and this parasite entered the body. And here they said they still have to perform surgery, but the surgery would be totally different. A and B, the odds of removing the entire tapil, the entire parasite, was much, much greater, higher in a positive manner to remove all of it. And and last but not least, there will be no radiation and no radiation therapy. And this was something that the grandma was very afraid of because she was told how the radiation could have different side effects, and bring on pain and so on. And with all this, the grandmother was really happy and joyous for the new conclusion of the doctors, and she there and then began to make her new plans. New plans for what? Not for the afterlife, God forbid, but for her new plans to visit her children and grandchildren together with her husband in Eretz Yisrael, in Eretz HaKodesh. The Eibusher should help that we should be rid of all the different sicknesses that we are suffering from today, Rahman Litzlan, physically, mentally, and the main thing, the spiritual sickness of the golus, of exile, that we've been almost 2,000 years suffering from. And Hashem should bring us the immediate refuah shalema, which is the geula shlema vamitis, the true and complete redemption, and it should all be teichef umiyad, mamish, 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 immediately now. Yechi Adonenu Moreinu v'Rabbeinu HaMelech HaMoshiach Chai v'Kayam Le'olam V'ed. Amen.